Well, in today's episode of I've Still Got Sweet Potatoes, we're going to be making a sweet potato butternut squash type soup. I looked up a very simple recipe. I think it was from 2 spoons that I think I could do, though I've already kind of messed up and I didn't roast my sweet potatoes um, or the butternut squash. But we're hoping this is going to turn out better than the last attempt. First reasonable thing I'm going to do is I'm going to chop up not chop, more dice up at least this half an onion because I'm not going to use probably as much sweet potato and squash as I saw in the recipe. I think the information was also in the description. Didn't see anything. They just kind of threw stuff into a pot. So we're working with that. Got this onion, gonna dice it up, and then I'm gonna start this pot, which is a little overkill, but that's okay. Because I figured out where my tripod was in the attachment for my phone, I can actually do this hands-free. And hopefully I'm not giving anybody anxiety on how I'm cutting this onion. And I just cut that wrong because I didn't want to cut it through. And then I'm going to cut. Yeah, don't play with knives, people. I am not a professional. I just have less fear. Yeah, please don't cut an onion like this. Don't follow me. Use the bear claw. I remember hearing that in an anime. Try to use the bear claw. Do not lose fingers. Do not lose fingers. So you can see the onions are cut. I used like like 3/4 of the onion. I still have 10 fingers, and I'm not bleeding. So we will start getting this heated up on the eye that I basically chopped on top of with some oil, and I also need to do some garlic. Forgot about that. Need to cut up some garlic. So update, I forgot I don't have garlic. I have like basically 1 clove of garlic left, but I do have some frozen garlicky things. So I'm going to use 1 clove of garlic and the frozen garlicky things. So in goes the onions to start. I did not cut these as even as I'd like to, but no one's a professional chef here. We are not professional chefing. We are doing the best we can. All right? And I still didn't cut that 1 clove of garlic. I may be using a little garlic powder. And in terms of the frozen garlic, I had this stuff. I got it on sale. It's been in my freezer. Yeah, it's still good. It's like, but I'm going to use one of those and some of that fresh garlic as well. It's kind of okay that I didn't. I feel like this has always been like, please keep frozen, press on cube in the back. I don't have to puncture it. I don't know why it never seems to work the way it tells me to. So I always puncture it a little bit. Or I take off the whole film and then I go, well, bam, it's out. Use that my last piece of real garlic. That is all the heavy lifting I had to do in terms of cutting because I've cut everything else up ages ago. We have the onions in there, kind of letting them sweat. There's the one little garlicky knob thing. You can tell right there is the fresh garlic. We're going to let that go. And I may throw in some, like I said, some ground garlic? Garlic powder as well because I like garlic. I might be a little low on the garlic intake, but right here we have the sweet potatoes. That was natural browning from when I cut it up, and I did boil it, like I said, instead of roasting it. So we're going to hope for the best with this, as well as I have some butternut squash. I've had it as well for a while. A little bit of the skin didn't come off, but I don't think that's going to kill me. I have this on my hottest eye that only has that low to high setting, and it doesn't go from like low to 8 to high. It goes from like low to 6 to high, and it's got the 2 separate eyes. Everything's cooking really fast, so I'm just going to start throwing stuff in here. I think this is also supposed to be the one where I can boil everything fast. So that's that thing that causes me issues too. And again, I feel like I parboiled this. This is going to be fun. I don't think I'm going to use all of the sweet potato that I have, because it's going to be a lot more sweet potato than Well, I just tossed in most of my sweet potatoes, so it's going to be mostly sweet potato with some butternut squash. I was going to use half of that container, and then it all fell in. Yay! But hey, that's okay. We are making mistakes as we go, and that is life, because that's how it goes. I try to lower the heat on this part of my stovetop, but it like really, it doesn't matter. This thing is super hot already. Like I said, I'm also going to throw in a little garlic powder because I love garlic. I've got everything else out that I think I need for this, or no, I don't. I have to pull everything out, all the seasonings out that I need for this, because I've put them all away. Because I thought about doing this another day and I didn't, and then I finally came back to it today. So I'm not measuring. We're just going to hope that life finds a way with this garlic powder. And this garlic powder is super caked. Hopefully you use your garlic powder more than I do. It's still good. Yeah, it's best for a while, but it always gets cakey. Garlic powder, because garlic is delicious. The other things I know it said is to use curry powder. I think I have 2 different types of curry powder, and one of them is red curry powder. We're just gonna go with it. I feel like, as opposed to my last thing where things went wrong, I feel like there's no way this could go as wrong as that. Because curry powder is scrumdiddlyumptious. I feel like, obviously, the onions got really brown already. So I gotta mix this up a lot. And then we're going with paprika. I do have some smoked paprika, but I need to use... That's probably more than enough paprika. And I know cumin was one of the recommended things to throw in here, or I think it was listed. Again, I will tell you this came from 2 spoons, but I did not read descriptions. I'm just having fun and hoping for the best, because that is currently how it seems like my angle's going. Even the last time I followed a recipe, and I failed miserably. So why not have fun with it this time? It's like, and just see how everything works out. Though I just now realize I probably should have let the sweet potatoes and the butternut squash warm up before I started this. Yeah, we've made mistakes. Mistakes have been made. I don't remember if ginger was recommended, but we're throwing ginger in here. Because it seems on par. Now, for anybody who actually knows how to cook, and you're screaming, I am so sorry. But I will say again, I eat the food. I don't subject anybody to anything that tastes horrible. That's the side benefit of me doing this. Hopefully this will all make... I mean, it smells delicious. Ooh. So far, what I've done, I also think, obviously, some salt to taste, and maybe a little bit of white pepper, because I actually have white pepper. I got fancy with it a while ago, grabbed a little white pepper, barely use it, but it seems like this kind of place to put it. The one thing I'm actually going to try to measure, I've got some fine Himalayan sea salt I've had for a while. Like, this amount of Himalayan sea salt seems enough for how much stuff I put in that pot. I'm actually just maybe even going to do half of it, because I don't like to salt. Well, that's most of it. That was most of it. I'm just one of these people who, like, I feel like I tend to undersalt things a lot. Given growing up, I didn't use a lot of salts. Had a dietary thing where literally I was recommended by a doctor to go on a low sodium diet for most of my childhood. So my dad actually didn't really salt a lot of things. We use Mrs. Dash. This is not product placement. I do have Mrs. Dash in my stuff, but you know. So stuff is seeming to get more cooked. We like it. We like it. Still smells delicious, which is better than what happened last time. So I'll let this cook a little bit more, maybe 2 minutes, and then we're going to come out with the big guns. So I'm actually going to do something very weird because a friend's going to come over soon. Well, no, I'm going to keep cooking until they come over. Because somebody's coming over and we're going to go grab something to drink because I've had a very awkward week. I think what I'm going to do now, it's been about 2 minutes. I am going to put in I'm going to say maybe 2 cups. I've got vegetable broth, the organic stuff from Aldi. It does have sugar in here. And salt. Everything looks good. So I'm going to do 2 cups of this. I feel like a cup is good, but 2 cups sounds better. I'm using one of my handy dandy mason jars to measure out 2 cups, because you fill a mason jar once, that's pretty much a cup. I'm going to throw another cup in there. Again, this is not, I'm not paid for anything. I'm just happy Aldi's is not expensive. I feel like this should be enough. I mean, yeah, I don't want to over water this. Worst case scenario, my friend comes over and we're not done, which I don't think we're going to be done. I'm going to probably cover this up and just leave it on top of the eye and let it kind of chill. So we may have to come back to this and see how more interesting that'll make this recipe. Yay! On a side note, it's my first time trying the Hershey's plant-based because I grabbed this from my local Publix. It's got sugar, cocoa butter, chocolate, almond, oat flour, rice flour. Contains 2% less of soy lecithin. I mean, this isn't bad. I'm going to try it. I don't know. Just figured this would be a random thing to do. Let's see. Okay, what's the big thing? It is almond and sea salt. That's why it's got almonds in it. Crunchy. It tastes good. Not paid. I just like to eat. Honestly, if somebody would like to tell me they'd send me money for this, be my guest. I'll even take $10. Okay, so we had this sitting for about 30 minutes with the residual heat. Some of the vegetable broth has dissipated. I'm just going to try it, see how it tastes right now. Hope for the best. Right now, tastes delicious. I love it. But I don't want it to be like a chunky stew. I want it to be like a smooth soup. So, because I have an immersion blender, but I do not have a really good immersion blender. What we're gonna do is we're gonna throw this into my pitcher for my NutriBullet. So I have the big pitcher for that, and I cannot tip it completely. Okay, I can. Yay! I was scared I was gonna drop this all over the stove. I still might, because right now my pot is hitting the bottom of my microwave, so I'm gonna have to do this off camera. Or move to another part of my stove that's not hot and get everything in there. Ow, 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 ow. Pot's still hot, pot's still hot. Okay. Do a little bit of scraping. Anything that was left in the pot so that we can get it all in. Woo! And hope there's enough liquid in there. If there's not, the last thing is to add in one more thing. And then we have soup the way that it was done in the video that I watched. Huh. So I've got my NutriBullet down. I've got the lid down. I did lose a little bit of contents I noticed on top of the stovetop. And now I got to turn this on. And we're going to go for extract and see what happens. So, as I will show you, it looks really smooth actually already. I'm not even sure if I want to add the coconut milk, but I know for coconut milkness, it would be a little bit creamier. So, take another bite. Oh man, this stuff is delicious. I mean, it's more of a mash than a soup. So, I guess that's why you add the coconut milk, to thin it out a little bit more. Now, in the video that I saw, because they used an immersion blender rather than doing this, they just threw the coconut in it, and I don't even know if they had it cook a little bit more. This is also still really hot, so I'm actually tempted to kind of throw the coconut milk in it as it is, and then just kind of put it back on my NutriBullet and let it blend like that. We'll see. So I'm gonna throw in this. It's 1 can of. This is from Trader Joe's. It's reduced fat coconut milk. Just kind of make sure I got everything in there. And I'm gonna put this back on the NutriBullet and blend it up some more. Probably on just low or pulse it, because the extract is more than enough that I need, I think. I actually put it on extract a little bit more to make sure it's really, really smooth. So there it is, and I'm gonna put a little bit in a bowl to try it out. There was a little bit of leftover coconut. And we'll see. I mean, honestly, I don't even have to put it in a bowl. I could try it from here. I'm gonna have this for lunch because I'm hungry and I didn't really eat lunch yet. But oh, that's good stuff. It kind of came out more like a curried soup. But really, I would recommend this. You could probably go better, I don't want to say, more measuring than I did, and find the recipe online. It was 2 spoons. I'll try to see if I link the exact video in the description below. If not, I'll at least try to credit the creator. But so far, this is delicious. I'm happy to have this. I feel like it's good. I should make croutons to go with this, but I'm gonna be lazy. I might just nuke a piece of bread. But thanks for watching. Hope you have a good day. Bye.